Okay, so let me ask this here question. So if it's gonna it's like it's
What
even
you
out the
saying?
playing field or something. So it's just like it's evening out the playing field sheet.
No, well,
I
actually,
mean,
like as you said at the end, they could still play with the system in this regard. Here's a Caucasian male that he says catches a man against his wife, and they put forth because the argument is this: the state has to prove that this person would be a danger to public safety. If the state can't prove that, that person will be released with the promise of returning to the okay. So,
yes,
but as he said, if it's a Caucasian male who got bread and everything, who maybe he can't bond out, but he still got a name.
Right.
He still got
yeah,
cronyism and favoritism, and he still got white supremacy on his side. And the judicial system still is what it is. So guess what happens now? He still would get let out without no money being paid out of his pocket and on detention.
So now let me ask this here
And
question.
look, big bro, real quick. Now we don't condone, right? No one committing crime, right? But say the drug dealer who's well off, right? Say you have a drug dealer who's a millionaire, right? He's not gonna get that same leeway that that white man would get, right? Because more than likely he has a record, you know, or they're gonna try to paint a picture that he's definitely a threat to, if not an individual, definitely the community. So like yeah, so it's a disadvantage in a lot of ways. It's going to affect our people, but it's going to help a lot of our people too. So I mean, the system is already unfair. So anything that they can do to make it fair, right? We have to applaud, but we still need to, you know, to take steps toward making it a more fair system. You know what I'm saying? Because just a cash bail,
Okay, so what
just the
about this
cash bail
situation here though,
itself.
man? It's another situation occurring where as though they are allowing people to bond out now, but still they are putting them on anchor monitors, whereas though they cannot even leave their house. They out on bail, but they cannot leave their house.
oh
And I
yeah,
think the
that's what I
Sheik,
just went through.
yeah, Sheik, you can speak on that.
Yeah, that's what I went through. I was messed up on it. I had to pay $5,000 and still get the ankle monitor on me. And the limit and my limit was my front door and my back door. I couldn't even take the garbage out. So I'm locked up in my house, ghetto
So
prison.
so that goes back to what
Hey,
Mr. Hoover has
hey,
said.
hey, excuse me.
Yeah.
Now, the Sheik just hit a very important point, right, about what he's going through.
Well, I went through it already. I'm through with it now. It's over with.
Yeah, yeah, what he went through. Now that's what they're gonna do, right? I don't see that. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna begin to imprison a lot of our people in our communities. They're gonna put them on what he was talking about. They're gonna have a big expansion. They're gonna have a big expansion. He said, "Don't get that."
So they're gonna have a big
Go ahead,
expansion
brother. Give
of
me a minute.
they're gonna have a big expansion
Putting the
of
ankle monitors on people,
exactly.
locking
So
us
that
up in our houses. Yeah,
so that goes back to what Mr. Hoover had said in that Ghetto Boys album, where he says that 70% of our community is gonna be locked, 70% of our people gonna be locked up within our communities, right? And
Say
so now we seeing it manifest itself through anchor monitors, all the rest of the thing. Because think about it, it's not only happening in Illinois, this is happening throughout the United States of America in all states. It's happening on the federal level. It's happening on the state levels. It's happening on the local levels. It's happening all over the United States of America. They locking us up inside of our own communities. And they making us that way they can save money because we got to pay for our own food, own room, own board. We got to do all that on our own.
Yeah.
But we still locked up.
And then you still a burden on your family because you can't even take the garbage out, Jack.
Right.
So look,
Yeah.
but I want to say in that regard, and then when you consider the ankle monitors as they are today, they actually got they ain't the regular ankle monitor you might be used to. That's old. They got the whole box with it where they could literally hit a button from where they at and listen to you or call you right there. Push the button on the ankle monitor and you call them back. They GPS. It's a GPS put to the ankle monitor with a system that ain't no more box plug into the wall no more. That's over with. All that's on one ankle monitor.
One of the networkers say, my city calls it pretrial monitoring. Then he went further on to say that drug tests, check-ins, etc., before you are found guilty of any crime. This is what one of the pretrial, this is one of the networkers said. So they basically, what Mr. Hoover was talking about back in 1995 and 96 rather, is coming true today in 2022.
Prophesy.
Yeah. Yeah. And the sheik said that he posted a bond and then was still placed on house arrest. So that means that otherwise he would have been in the county. But it's even beyond the county jail just placing bans on people. Now, when you get out of Illinois prison system, it doesn't really matter what the crime is, right? I've known people that got out for nonviolent crimes, and they were still placed on home confinement because now it's up to the prisoner review board whether you are placed on home confinement or not. So it's not like at first when you had a violent crime, for instance, you had murder, you got out and your parole, they would put you on house arrest initially, right? And sometimes they'll make people walk their whole parole on house arrest, right? It's beyond that now. Now it's whoever the prison review board determines should be placed on home confinement, even if it's based on your background and not your present case or whatever, because a nonviolent crime shouldn't be placed on house arrest, but they're doing it.
Another one of the networkers, the brother Ghost Hooley, said, we are locked in our communities by the music that's being produced and the extra exposure of materialistic values, which cause an ultimate height of illiteracy. So,
yeah.
And then another one of the networkers went right behind him and said, we are locked in our community by the system of white supremacy. You know?
That is very significant to point out. As I was agreeing with the first one, I was exactly about to point out, we must never forget as a people, as much as we blame each other for not understanding, for being on not or goofy or whatever it may be, we still have to always remember that the underlying of this, there's a system in place. There's an on-purpose plan to keep us altered, to keep us off balance, to keep us at odds, and to keep us separated. You understand? And we can't never forget that, bro. We have to, as we're telling our brothers, hey, you got to get right. We ain't giving them a pass, but at the same time, let us always remember there's a system in play that got our brothers and sisters doing this and doing that.
So the brother T.
Hey, brothers. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
He said it's the unwritten rule of containment, which comes straight out of the blueprint.
Yeah. Hey, brother Sheik and brother Fee.
Yes.
I wanna read y'all this quote, and I want to read the networkers this quote from Nellie Fuller Jr. It's from 1971, and it says, quote, if you do not understand white supremacy, in parentheses, racism, what it is and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you, unquote.
So in order to understand anything, we got to be able to understand what white supremacy is.
Exactly. Exactly, because the whole system is based on white supremacy.
When
And,
the master of the
It was
vision,
on top of that. I thought they gave.
I'm fighting this frame. The frame is the system. The frame is the setup. The clever plot that they played on us and continue to play on us to this day. And as we do that, like I say, I think we'll have a better understanding, a better way of dealing with our brothers and sisters who are offset. If we remember to come from that, he ain't just on dope because he wanted to be on dope. That was an on-purpose plan to make sure we get on dope.
okay.
And we got to remember that.
Okay, and that is true, and that's what I teach on, so that we can truly understand. Oh, I said truly Michelle because I seen one of the networkers had put up Michelle Alexander, the new Jim Crow. That's an excellent book, and I recommend
Great
that
book.
everybody read that book.
Yes.
So that we can understand. And another book that we need to understand is called The ISIS Paper by Dr. Francis Cress Wellesley. So these are books that we need to read and understand.
Hey, brother Fee.
Yes.
Hey, brother Fee.
Yes.
The quote that I just quoted from Neil Fuller comes directly from Dr. Francis Cress in the ISIS Papers. It's in the dedication. That's where I got that from.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
because in that regard, what we're being told is don't just learn all the positive, righteous things. We have to understand the bogus stuff too, bro. We have to understand the so-called enemy as well. Oh, I see.
yes, sir. These are
he done romance that sucker there. He done romance.
These are necessary tools for us to have, man, because it helps us understand not only the system, it helps us understand ourselves.
Yeah.
It helps us understand our potential. It helps us understand what we are up against.